welcome to the Galactic Seabass Podcast. My name is Sebastian Fowler, your host forever, now, and always. Today is a very special day. We have been making these podcasts for a long time, and today is episode 50. We made it to a half 100 episodes, and usually it's just the ramblings of an early 30-year-old. But today we are joined by a very special guest, an up-and-coming comedian. He's a member of the active military. He is a Jujitsu fighter. He will whoop your behind into several pieces. Weird start. Anyway, this is my good friend, Corey Ryan. Thank you so much for being here today on the podcast. Hello and welcome, my friend. Rock and roll. Let's do it, baby. We're here. We got our galactic juice. Obviously, that's exactly what this is. Cheers.
Galactic juice.
Welcome. Corey Ryan, welcome today. Today is, what, April something, 2024?
12.
April 12th, 4/12/2024. That's a fun little numerical anagram. Could probably figure out something there. But how was your day? How are you doing today?
Pretty good. I went and got beat up.
It's a good start to any day. You just get beat up.
Yeah.
I just realized I cheers you and didn't drink it. Oh boy.
Bad luck, man.
That's a bad jujitsu move.
Do you know why people cheers?
No.
It's
Greek, right?
No, it's from like medieval times when like they were afraid of like people poisoning people. They would like smash all their cups together. So if like you poison one person's cup, it'd get in everybody's cup and everybody's gonna die.
They had to really, yeah!
That's why
really
like if you cheer
for it.
somebody, it's really bad luck if you don't drink it.
Whoa, and I feel like a baby when I just cheers. It's like, ding! I do remember I did that with somebody. We each broke our glasses and then still drank it, which was pretty cool.
I've done it before.
It broke?
Just get a new glass.
Well, it didn't hurt my hand, but the top was alcohol. It's kind of waterfall. I hope there's no chips in there.
You're gonna get glass in your intestines, man.
Yeah, but it's bad luck to not drinking.
Just get a new fucking glass. You can reset. It's okay.
Oh my
do it
gosh.
again. Nobody actually like spills their drink anymore. Nobody has like those. I have one at home. It's like
Stein?
Yeah, I have one. And it's like made out of bone.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, but
see, then you could really do it.
Yeah, but I need somebody else that has one, or else I'm just gonna break everybody's glass. But
There also is a real tradition on this podcast, even when I'm by myself. There's a plane going overhead. I do a cheers. So let's get it. Real one. Bam. Boom. Why do they do that?
I have no idea.
I heard that they, when you pour it on the ground, that goes back to Greek times, like giving some kind of ancient alcohol for the dead or something. Like you're giving, you're like giving to all the fallen so they can enjoy a drink too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Unless they got cremated. And they don't get Oh man, episode 50. A lot's happened in the last 24 hours. OJ died.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, the memes.
The memes are killing it.
After I found out that he died, I was just like, how long is it going to be before the memes start?
I wish Norm was alive to see it.
Oh, I was listening to the beginning of Neil Brennan on Joe Rogan. He was talking about, that's like an 11-minute clip of Norm making jokes about OJ.
Have you not seen that?
No.
We could watch that.
Not right now.
We could do that during the thing at some point, and then I will make a video of us watching that as its own video. That'd be amazing. You reacting?
I've seen like bits and pieces. I know that's why he got fired from SNL.
They were pretty good, man.
I know. I've seen like a few.
Yeah, OJ Simpson.
I also like the memes of Caitlyn Jenner tweeted like "good riddance" and then like she's just getting roasted. Like the top one I saw.
Didn't you run someone over with a car?
Yeah, like the first one was like, didn't you kill somebody too?
Yeah, he didn't even get like they didn't even find out he did it. To be fair, you got convicted. And then was like, no, I'm Caitlyn now. That was Bruce.
It was a different person.
Yeah.
Somebody else.
Wasn't that like a South Parker or something?
Yeah, they just like kept having her run over people. It was like a running joke every time she was in an episode. She's like, buckle up, buckaroos, and then just drive over somebody.
No, that was a Caitlyn South Park. I'm thinking of this weird. It's like where a guy owes somebody something, and he's like, "No, that wasn't me. That was this." Maybe it might be a comedian who's like, "No, that wasn't me. That was the old me. Like that person owes you money. I'm seeing." Like
I think I've heard that before. I can't remember.
I don't know where that's from, but that's what sparked up. I've seen a lot of South Park. They've really hit everything on the head.
Yeah.
as far as it goes with every subject matter. I mean, they're the only show that can produce itself in a week.
They can do whatever they want. And because they produce that show in a week, nobody can stop them and say, hey, you can't put that out.
Right?
Yeah.
And the beginning of every show literally says, don't watch the show.
Well, they have like a couple episodes that are banned and you can't watch them ever.
Which ones?
The ones where they show Muhammad.
Oh,
there's like
Muhammad.
three. Yeah, that's
have
like
you ever
three
seen it where you did
episodes.
see it? I remember seeing it.
I've seen it like once, but that's like 3 different episodes where they like showed it, and then like.
And now it's just like.
So like the whole series is on HBO Max, but like
right.
you can't get those episodes on HBO Max, and you can't like the only way you can get those episodes is if you bought like the DVD way back in the day.
Exactly, same thing.
Have them
you know the Simpsons episode of Michael Jackson that they banned? I have that on DVD. Yeah, it's not even that bad. It basically like. I forget if it's Bart or Lisa. They go to an insane asylum and they meet a guy. Maybe it's Homer. They go to a guy and they meet a fat white dude who thinks he's Michael Jackson. And he sings like him really well.
Wasn't it actually Michael Jackson in the episode?
It might have been.
He just didn't want to, like, I remember, like, he wanted to be in The Simpsons, but he didn't want to play himself.
Yeah, they banned it. And, like, it's a non-viewable episode. Yeah. I don't know what the whole beef with it was, but you can't find that anywhere. But I have it on DVD.
They think that he touched kids.
But he didn't, and they proved that in court twice. Isn't that crazy? And they still made a documentary.
He was still weird.
He was weird. My mom hung out
You can't be weird and rich.
My mom hung out with him. In person at his house.
I honestly don't think he touched those kids. I do think that he was just weird and like...
I'm 100% with you on that. I think he was robbed of a childhood because my mom said when she went to his house, most people assume his bedroom is like a conventional bedroom. No, dude. This thing was a 1,000 square foot room with carnival rides and 20 beds and games, and you could sleep 100 feet away from somebody in the same room. Yeah,
I think he was asexual. I don't think he was having sex with anybody.
Yeah, that dude was robbed of so many things.
I heard like a rumor that he was chemically castrated when he was little to keep his voice.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I would believe that.
It was just a rumor.
Have you ever seen the video where he uses his real voice in an interview?
Yeah, it's deep as fuck.
It's like, yeah. I mean,
like he tried not to use it. He didn't want to scare people. He had like a deep ass voice. He had like a huge range. Like most singers have like a huge range, which is like weird that you would pick like the highest one to be your speaking voice.
To be your consistency thing?
Well, it's like, I guess he also didn't want to scare people.
It reminds me of Maria Bamford in a totally different way, kind of, sort of. Do you know Maria Bamford comedy?
Yeah.
You know how she always got this funny voice, but then she'll do her real voice.
Yeah.
Or is that, I don't know what her real voice is. It blows my mind.
I think it was both of her voices. It's like one of hers is just like when she gets excited. Like, so like me, I'm really soft spoken for the most part, but like whenever I get drunk or on stage, I'm like, I can project. I can yell. I can get scary. I can scare people.
I can get scared.
Like that's
you did.
like that's part of the reason why I like don't raise my voice, because it tends to like unsettle people.
That's cool. You're very thoughtful of humanity in that regard.
Well, it's mostly to protect myself. If other people get
scared. Scary back man. He loud. I scared.
It's like he's causing problems. I don't know.
Well, you only scare me a little bit.
Okay.
Even though I know you could beat me up.
A little bit of fear is healthy.
Although you got beat up today, so maybe I'd have a chance.
A little bit of fear is healthy.
I think a little bit of fear is necessary.
Yeah.
You need that. It keeps you alive. It keeps you realizing that you're, a human existing with consequence for your actions.
Yeah, I think Bill Burr had a joke about how he's like, the reason women talk so crazy.
Why is that?
It's because they don't have a threat of getting punched in the face. You're just like, every guy knows, it's like when you talk shit to another guy, that guy might punch you in the fucking face.
He might do it.
Yeah. So he's just like, be careful of what you say. Like, women don't have to
Ollie on the pit. It's true.
Yeah.
I mean, have you ever seen a woman get punched in the face?
Yes.
I saw Afro Man punch that woman in the face.
I've actually punched a woman in the face, but it was just... It was MMA sparring.
Okay, well that's...
She hit me first.
She asked for it.
She hit me first. And actually, the only time I've ever been knocked out in my life was by a woman.
Really?
Well, it was by a girl. I was 11, she was 16, and she like roundhoused me in the face and like knocked me clean out. It was I don't want to say sanctioned fight, but like my brother used to set up fights in the basement with all like kids in the neighborhood. So like we agreed to do it, and then
This is in St. Louis?
yeah, it was like we used
a bunch of teenagers in the basement fighting?
Yeah, he used to set up like old mattresses in the basement so like we wouldn't hit our head on the concrete. It was like our little version of Fight Club. And then like I think I punched her too hard. I knew a little bit of how to box. And then I think I hit her too hard, and then she's like, "Oh, it's on!" And
it's on.
She jumped up, roundhouse me, and I went clean out.
You were 11?
Yeah.
Against a 16-year-old girl?
Yeah. She was like the same size as me.
That sounds like a fair fight.
Yeah, I was a big 11.
Honestly.
She was, we about the same size.
I think the MMA should only allow teenage fighters to go.
But the thing is, like, nobody told me, like, that girl had been doing Taekwondo since she was like 5. She was like ridiculously good with her legs.
Okay.
And like, I was used to like straight up boxing people. Like, this is like.
So this really was early MMA.
Yeah, so I was
totally
I was 11.
Match.
And when I was 11 was 99.
Okay.
Like, the only people with like throwing kicks were like in movies, like Jean-Claude Van Damme.
You're 88?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm 93.
So like, she jumped up and roundhouse kicked me. Like the UFC.
She really did the movie thing.
Yeah. Like Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Camera might as well have done a 360 pan around her.
Yeah, it was fucking weird.
Like in The Matrix, where.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like that one where she goes up, does the kick, and that's like.
It was a spinner roundhouse kick. She like hit me with a heel in the jaw. But like I remember there was kids in the basement, and I woke up, and then there was nobody in the basement besides her and my brother, because she lived like below me when like we had townhouses. She lived in the place below me, and then like my brother was just like making sure I was okay before he had to like. He waits to the absolute last minute to go tell my mom that I'm fucked up.
You could have been the first World Star video.
I wish I remembered her name. Maybe she knocked it out.
She knocked it out of you.
Yeah.
Yeah, throwing that away. Oh my gosh, that's so crazy. Oh man. Oh, I have so many questions, but that's a wild story. You know what? I think a good way to go into that. If you could bring up any 2 people to jump into the ring to fight. Even fighting people, what's your dream title fight?
Dream title fight that I want to watch?
Yeah, you can watch 2 people go at it. Like celebrity deathmatch.
Honestly, I would put Steven Seagal against Michael Jai White. I just want to see Steven Seagal get his ass beat.
But he's a sheriff.
Because Steven Seagal talks so much shit. He talks so much shit to like everybody. He had a problem with like Jean-Claude Van Damme, Michael Jai White. He said that they like weren't real martial artists.
The irony is palpable.
And then like that's like a thing in Hollywood where like he like intentionally would hurt stuntmen.
Really?
Like, yeah, like when you're doing stunts, like part of it is like you're supposed to be protecting the people that you work with. You're not supposed to actually hurt them. Like, like people get hurt doing stunts, but it's like because something went wrong. And he would actually like do the real move and fuck people up on movie sets.
He did the Alec Baldwin?
Yeah. Shooting from the hip.
Isn't it crazy 2 people got shot? They don't bring that up a lot. It's like not even 1. It was 2 people. So he's like, bang, bang.
Because only one of them died.
One of them died, but there's still another person who's like, ow!
It's like, it's just a flesh wound.
It's a flesh wound. Yeah, it's a flesh wound.
Rub it off. Put some dirt in it. You'll be fine.
I would put Danny DeVito against either Joe Pesci or Macaulay Culkin. All right now. Like, no one in their prime.
I think Danny DeVito
Or Joe Pesci versus 12-year-old fucking Macaulay Culkin in the octagon.
I think Danny DeVito.
But he gets trapped.
I think Danny DeVito definitely beats Joe Pesci, but I don't know about Macaulay. He seems like he's in pretty good shape. He's like taking care of himself.
He stopped doing heroin. He started doing iron.
He seems like he's taking pretty good care of himself. But I think like people sleep on Danny DeVito because he's short. But like I see him.
Oh, dude, yeah.
I see him and It's Always Sunny out.
Whenever he was the Penguin.
Oh yeah.
He's scary.
Did you see that clip? What award show was it with him and Arnold on stage? He was like, oh, there he is.
Twins?
No, they were at an awards show and they were talking about. It was like, oh, we almost got that guy. It was like Batman, and then it was like Michael Keaton sitting in the audience, like, oh, there he is, right there.
Danny's the truth, man. You know that he and that lady in Matilda took care of the young girl who played Matilda. Her mom was dying of a terminal cancer during the production of the film.
Ray Perlman, that was his wife, right?
I believe so.
Yeah.
And yeah, so they gave an early screening of the film to the mom before she passed, and before it went to the theaters. And like Danny made sure that she was taken care of, like well into her adulthood. Just whoa. You go watch the movie, they're evil people. They're like the cafeteria lady and the bad dad. Like, but those, they really like.
Oh yeah, he's a good dude.
Isn't that cool?
He's
a great actor.
He's like, he also like secretly has a ridiculous amount of power in Hollywood.
Really?
Yeah, you like, because people like, he made movies and people don't realize how much money his movies made.
Right.
Like Twins, and then there was like a few other movies, and he was like a major producer on like some of these movies. He's fucking like he's like a major producer behind the scenes.
Yeah, and he goes back to it, man. Like Jack Nicholson and He Who Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. Like, that was like 78. And dude's been killing it for a long. Taxi Driver, like long time. It's wild. I love Danny. That dude shreds.
Yeah.
Such a fun, and then to turn into Frank at the end. You know?
This is
the epitome of all his acting skills is just this crazy old man.
I don't got a lot of time left, but I'm gonna get real weird.
That show's insane. Shout out to the Dennis Method.
Yes.
All right. So we did talk a little bit about the fact that you are in the Navy, correct?
No, I'm out now. I've been out for like 4 years now. I smoke weed all the time, dude.
I always wondered. I'm not a great friend.
I'm a little high now.
I'm very ignorant to my surroundings. I come from a long line of ignorance.
I've been out for I was out for like a year before I started comedy.
I really felt like every day after you went back to the barracks.
No. Fuck no. My roommate's still in.
Dude, I'm crazy.
Well, even if I was still in, I would like be like
now,
so high ranked that I wouldn't have to stay in the barracks. I would stay out in town.
Well, since you're out, are you willing to release any classified documents?
No. Get the fuck out of here.
I trust I forgot to plug it in and I have to do that. But while I walk away for 2 seconds, I know that you got to travel the world a lot while you were touring. Thank you for your service, first off. Not really. We just say that sort of in generality.
It's bullshit.
Yeah.
So like the first
Should
time,
we say that anymore? Should people say
I mean,
it?
like, go ahead. Like, some people might like it, but the first time somebody said it to me was like literally the day I graduated boot camp, and I was like, and I remember thinking, I haven't done anything yet. And I was like, why are you saying this to me?
I just got yelled at.
Yeah, I was like, I was just in uniform. I was just like, I haven't done anything but fucking like run and sweep and like fucking do bullshit. Wow. But like even now, I feel like when people say that, like, you say that you were in, you have no idea what I did. And like the military is a reflection of society. There's horrible people in the military. There's also like really good people. But like you say that to like everybody, like expecting like everybody did the same service. You have no idea what they did.
What's a better one? Like glad you made it home, or hope all your friends made it too?
I don't know. Like saying that shit is empty. Like it would be okay. I feel like it would be better if you actually like did something for it. So like I remember like I was out drinking and like we were over talking and like somebody knew that we were in the military and they just like paid our tab. Like that shit was cool.
Really?
That's better. That's
cool.
Way better than saying thank you for your service.
That is pretty sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I do have like I've lost a lot of friends here like domestically and overseas, and it's not fun, like, when someone dies, whether or not it's, like, in military service or in a tragic accident or whether they take their own life, It's like death is always sort of just this humbling factor that we all inevitably have to face. So, like, I can appreciate when people do, like, make it back home. I can only imagine, like, I was talking to Mike Diamond yesterday, who's a vet of the Marine Corps, and he talked to me about this syndrome called survivor's remorse. Are you familiar with this?
Yeah, I don't have any of that.
Okay. Yeah.
I mean, like, I also didn't see anybody die.
Yeah.
But like that's also like the whole like PTSD and all that bullshit. Well, like, I don't think it's bullshit. I think some people have it. I think a lot of people are like milking the system for what they can.
That's interesting.
Like that's like because that's like people who did not see combat who claim PTSD. You know,
right?
Just like, what are you doing?
And how do you really contest that?
Like I'm pretty sure I had PTSD, but it's not from the military. It's from where I grew up.
Okay. Yeah, I just the idea that he told me, like, survivor's remorse, it was like the idea, like, every time he holds his kids or he like looks at the sunset, he just thinks about all his buddies who don't get to do that, and just like, okay, I have that same feeling in my own regard, whether my friends were lost to like drugs or whether they died in a car accident or something. You know, I think like, oh man, I wish they were here to experience this too. And so I can imagine that play pretty heavily if, you know, you watch your friends go. The only person I've watched die is my dad, and like, it's not fun.
I was like, this is gonna sound super fucked up, but I rarely think of the dead.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, that's good, because that means you're like living in the moment. You're like here with.
I mean,
present.
like, I get sad about like certain people every once in a while, but it's like rare. It's like when somebody like reminds me of. It's like a momentary.
Yeah.
But it's never like I never like linger on it. I haven't had anybody like super close to me die yet though. That's okay. That's the thing. Like I've like I think like the closest person to die. Like I've had aunts die, and I've had my grandfather die.
Okay, yeah. Well, those are still close, like enough. Whether I'm not sure your relationship with them, but
I didn't really know my grandfather. But like I went to his funeral, and I remember like I remember looking at him, and I was just like, I really don't know that man. It was all because of my father. Like that's why I didn't know him. But like I remember.
Interesting.
Like I remember like feeling that I should be sadder, but I wasn't.
Right. Because you didn't know. Like, just a person.
I mean, he looked like me. He was like light skinned though. And he looked exactly like me. And I was just like, it's weird that I don't know anything about that man.
I've never been to a funeral of somebody who I didn't know. But
I've been to a few funerals. I've been to some really sad funerals. Like I think like the saddest funeral I've ever went to was in high school. One of my friends, his little sister committed suicide. That was like the saddest funeral. And this is also like, it's gonna sound super fucked up, but like this makes me like, this is a moment where I knew that I should be a comedian, because like it was really awkward. It was like 4 dudes, we all like standing around like trying to like find a way to console our boy Mike, and then we just started cracking jokes, and like that made everything better. Like started telling stories about like when we were high, and she was like, I remember like I told a story about when we were high, and she like, when we didn't ask for it, she just went and made sandwiches, and I was like, man, that was super cool.
Yeah. I had a similar experience with my friend Cody Hughes. He killed himself in high school. Did you speak at the funeral?
I was like 16. There's no way I wanted to speak.
Yeah.
No.
Well, I went up there and spoke.
I mean, like, I barely knew her. Like, I knew her because I, like, came over to her house, and she was just, like, I came over to the house to hang out with him, and she would be there. And then she would, like, talk shit to him. But, like, I didn't really, like, know her. She was, like, 4 years younger than us or something like that.
But you were able to laugh in that moment?
Yeah. But, like, that was when I realized it was just, like, that is, like, my gift. I can make people laugh when they really don't want to.
See, I have a very similar experience. I do the joke about my dad's funeral all the time. That really happened.
Yeah, I can see that.
I had to write a speech. I was 14. I don't know what the fuck to say.
That's why I wouldn't do it.
I just went up there with a blank piece of paper and just started winging it. And within 30 seconds, I had 300 people laughing, and it's like, oh, what? I didn't even know what was going on.
But like
it
now,
took years to process what happened.
Now it's like a lot better. It's easier for me to do shit like that. I just don't want to, because it's easier for me to like write speeches when I know I don't have to be funny. That's all I got to go up there and do is talk. It's like, that's easy. I can keep people interested. Especially like if like there's no pressure on me for me to be funny.
Well, the job of stand-up is almost like writing a speech in the almost opposite regard, where it's specifically designed to be funny. Yeah,
like I gave a best man speech for like my boy back home. People said it was good. I don't want to brag, but I am gonna brag.
Brag it up, baby.
Did you plug up your phone?
I know. I was listening. It was a very intense story.
We gotta pause.
Thank
Go
you for
plug it
sharing. All right. What's the strongest animal that you could fight?
up. A dog?
A dog. That's it? A dog?
Realistically, what do you think?
Yeah, I'm trying to say, like, what's the strongest animal in the animal kingdom that you could take on? Like an antelope?
No, realistically, it's probably a dog. That's like the strongest animal. That's probably why we domesticated dogs, because it's the strongest animal that we can take.
You think?
Yes. You get fucked up by anything else.
See, I'm not really sure I could take a dog. I'm gonna go for a fox.
You can take a dog. You just gotta know how to do it right.
You know what? I'm gonna level up. I want a deer.
Well, deer, it depends on how big
I
the
could
deer.
fight it.
It depends on how big the deer, and do they have, like...
Remember that guy fought the kangaroo?
What if they just charge you and poke you with their antlers?
Then I'm boned.
That's way faster than you, too.
Then I'm bone narrowed.
So, like, people are like, I've thought about this. Like, I remember they were talking about this on some other podcast. They asked this dude who was, like, a jujitsu, like, black belt. He was just like, what animal do you think you could take?
That's what I'm saying.
It was, like, between, like, a lion,
Never
a
heard
bear,
this, but...
and a gorilla. And then he was, like, explaining... He was explaining who would win between those animals. And then he was explaining how, like, a human is no possible way. Like, a gorilla is, like...
A man beat a mountain lion a couple years ago. Yeah, he did.
No. Like, a mountain lion, yeah. Like, if you have a weapon...
No, he bare hands.
What the fuck did he do?
He choked it out.
How big was this mountain lion?
I think it was
Because mountain lions don't have to be big.
It was younger.
They can be small. They can be like
You really haven't heard this?
Yeah, mountain lions can be like the size of your dog. I'm talking about like
so you're
real...
still saying it's a dog, huh? Man.
Yeah, I'm talking like a real lion. There's no way you're fucking with a lion. What was that? That's from Grandma's Boy. He was like, yeah, you can get past the dog. Nobody fucks
with a lion. Man fights mountain lion. Man bare hand kills mountain lion.
You look up some weird shit, bro.
No, I don't. I'm trying to...
What's your search history?
Jogger recounts killing mountain lion with bare hands.
Oh, he recounts? Is that no video?
I think no, there's no video.
I don't know if I believe him.
But he did a Joe Rogan episode.
Okay, I want to see the video.
Colorado jogger.
I want to see the video.
Oh, I want to see
you
it.
gotta pay for it.
I'm not paying for it. I'm not paying for this. A Colorado jogger who killed a mountain lion with his bare hands come forward to describe the vicious struggle. And
it was 50 pounds.
50 pounds.
Yeah, that's the size of your dog.
All right. That's fair. All right. Well, Corey stands corrected in the science department. That's a plane. I can't change that. All right. Well, I'm still gonna go with a deer because I saw that guy fight a kangaroo, and a kangaroo is just a deer that stands up.
I feel like a kangaroo would definitely fuck you up too.
Kangaroo, if he got you real good with the leg.
But like that's all that they do. They have talents too. They they're not like so like the whole way of fighting is they lean back on their tails and then they scrape your. They're trying to like rip open your guts with their talons.
What about a donkey?
I mean, they can do a donkey kick.
They could donkey kick.
But like
that's literally what it's called.
Yeah, I feel like they're like docile.
I don't know
unless you like fuck with them and like don't stand directly behind them. I heard that they also bite.
Have you ever done mushrooms?
Yes.
You ever seen the movie EO?
No.
It's a movie about a donkey who travels across Europe and goes on a series of adventures. It's a real donkey with almost no script or dialogue, but it's one of the craziest storylines I've ever seen. And the next time you do mushrooms, anybody watching this, watch EO.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Dude, I'm telling you, it's some of the most beautiful displays of cinematography I've ever seen.
I also don't like watching shit that I haven't seen when I'm on shrooms. I don't want to get freaked out by something that surprises me. I always watch shit that I've already seen, or I watch live concerts because
that's fun.
You're not gonna surprise me with a live concert.
You never know. There's some pretty cool concerts out there.
What are they gonna do? It was like, why would you sell a DVD?
I saw
YG
and Travis Barker came out from the stage.
Oh, like no, like something bad would have to happen.
And it terrified me.
I
was scared of Travis Barker. What? I was already at the YG concert. What are you talking? They were
well,
playing.
YG's a vegan. I feel like that makes you feel more comfortable.
I'm not vegan.
I know, but like a vegan is like closer to white.
I have vegan aura. I have vegan energy.
I feel like vegan makes white people feel more comfortable with like YG, even though.
Well, the whole show was sick. It was called The Powerhouse. It was Isaiah Rashad, Nicki Minaj, Jennifer Lopez, Childish Gambino, Wiz Khalifa, Juicy J, Sage the Gemini, Schoolboy Q, and YG, and then he brought out Travis Barker, and that was awesome, dude. I bought the tickets maybe 6 months beforehand, and I said it was $500 for this show for 2 tickets, and I said I'll find a girl by then. For sure. I'm like 20, 21 maybe.
You're a fucking idiot.
I know, I am an idiot, absolutely. So the day beforehand came, didn't have a girlfriend, didn't have a date. And I was like, I'm going on Tinder and asking everybody. And I asked everybody until this one girl said yes. And I was like, all right, cool. So I go to like pick her up. Then this whale gets in my car and I'm like, did you eat my date? What? Who are you? But then I thought, this is racist. I thought, there's what's blacker than bringing like a big white woman to a rap show. so I did.
Did you fuck her?
No, we were back at the hotel afterwards at the show, and she was like, do you want to do anything? And I'm like, yes, sleep. And I passed out.
Damn.
I know, we were in LA at a hotel. Like, I hope that she felt really self-conscious about herself and was like, wow, he didn't want to touch me. I should lose weight.
That's fucked up.
Not really. I hope she got healthy.
I mean, you probably should have just did it.
Just done the deed.
Yeah, make her feel
I've
good.
never banged like a fat chick, I don't think. Maybe like
it's fun.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Yo, it's fun. So like the thing is, it's like
a little bit more meat for the.
No. That's not what it is. It's like a psychological thing. Like fat girls try harder.
I feel like the ripple effect would just drive me crazy.
No. This is real. This is real. This is real for all of you. Fat girls try harder than hot girls. Hot girls don't have to try that hard. They will get laid no matter what.
That makes so much sense.
Fat girls need to be good at sex to keep you coming back. They're really good at sex. Fuck a fat girl.
I'd like to endorse Corey Ryan for the mayoral candidate of San Diego. Running on the campaign of...
Just try it out.
Just try it out. That's a great campaign slogan, I'm not going to lie. Oh my god.
I think all these black dudes own or something. I'm like, I'm not going to say that I strictly fuck fat girls, but like, I've done it.
Look, I don't want to win Missouri.
You only get one life, man. You're just going to be self-conscious about what other people think. It was like, I'm out here trying to try the best things that won't kill me.
What's your favorite shampoo?
The fuck out of here. Head and Shoulders. Fuck you.
I thought of that last night. Okay, real deal. What's your favorite video game? Like growing up, what was your favorite to play?
Video game?
Uh-huh.
It's probably Grand Theft Auto.
Which one? San Andreas? Vice City? 4?
I don't know. I like them all, but like the first one that I ever played was 3.
3?
Yeah.
3 was a good. The one I didn't name.
Yeah, well, like that was the first one that like came out on like Xbox.
Yeah. Alright, when do you think which will happen first? The first human on Mars or Grand Theft Auto 6?
Grand Theft Auto 6 is coming out next year.
So they say.
I mean, it's going to be delayed a little bit. It's probably going to come out early to 2026. But
you think they're using Unreal Engine with it?
I have no idea, but that shit look nice. I'm going to so like this is the thing. So I did the same thing when Red Dead
Redemption.
Yeah, 2 came out.
Mm.
Like I just took like a week off, and all I did was play that game, and I beat it. So like I wouldn't have to think about it, because if I don't play it, it's all I'm gonna think about, and then I won't get shit else done. Mm-hmm. So I'm just gonna take time off, beat the game, and then never think about it ever again.
So you are a big gamer.
I have OCD. Like if I start something, I have to finish it.
I feel that way too about certain things, usually projects. But I was a big game player back in the day. I love Guitar Hero and Rock Band and Halo 3.
That's why I like to play.
Warfare.
I like to play games that have an end. because
I miss campaigns. Yeah.
Yeah, once it's over, then I don't have to play it anymore unless I was just like I get nostalgia.
Those new Call of Duties killed me.
Yeah, but like I play online, and that's like I try to like limit to like a couple hours per day because I can lose myself. I probably should stream. I'm really fucking good. My roommate would say I'm not, but I'm really fucking good.
Do you talk while you play? That's really what
I say. Fucked up
stream.
shit. That's the only thing that I'm afraid
That's
of.
why you should definitely start streaming. Yeah.
Just get angry. Fuck you.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you're here, who's sucking all the dick?
Who's doing it? I like it. So I guess you would say, what was your answer?
Video game?
Yeah, favorite?
Oh, Grand Theft Auto.
Grand Theft Auto? That's a very interesting one.
You get to take out like all your fucking like it's like they figured it out. Like I think in Grand Theft Auto 3 that it's like so like it relieves so much stress to just go on like rampages and just like kill like random NPCs for like 30 minutes.
It really does.
Like that was like it was a thing where like I remember just like watching montages on YouTube where people just like seeing how long they could last with like all of the stars. And they just like run around just killing everybody that they see. Which is like, it wasn't like just like one like psychopath doing it. Everybody does that when they have that game. Like you're gonna do it at least once. It's like, let's see how many people I can kill before the cops get me.
And then they want to say video games cause violence. How many acts of violence really happened after those rampages? Because if anything, like you said, it's stress relief.
Yeah, you get to live vicariously through. I actually wrote a paper in college about how.
Shout out to Nico Bellic.
I wrote a paper in college about how like playing video games is a stress reliever and improves hand-eye coordination. It's good in small doses. Like that's the thing.
Yeah.
Like most things that you do are really good for you in small doses. Is that people do it way too much, and then it gets bad.
You saturate yourself in it and become just this kind of hermit.
Yeah.
That's no good. There's a reason the stereotype of the showerless people exists. You know, when you go to like a video game convention, they're like, please wear deodorant in the memo.
We had to have health and comfort when I was in the Navy.
Oh, man.
Because of two girls who didn't shower. I actually,
what?
Yeah. So like
ew.
I talked to like one of the girls who was in my department. I don't want to say no names of who it was.
Yeah, that's fair.
But like they said that like they were like in the shower and they saw this girl and they was just like she didn't take any soap in there. She just like turned on the water, got in, like washed the like sprayed down the front of her body, turned around, sprayed down the back, and then hopped out and walked out. And she smelled so bad. I remember like one day I came to muster and I was just like, oh, nobody's standing in the front rank. And I was just like, she was the only one standing in the front. And I went stood right next to her and I was just like, oh, that's why the fuck nobody's up here. It smelled so fucking bad. Like we had to have a health and comfort. I think they put her on shower watch where somebody had to watch her shower.
Whoa.
Yeah, and make sure that she used soap.
You think that came from childhood or
because she grew up dirty.
Damn. Yeah.
I mean, like a lot of people join the military because they're trying to get away from.
All right, doctor, come get your hose. Turn around. All right, you're done. Next.
A lot of people join because they're trying to get away from something.
Damn, yeah.
Or they're trying to make money, or they have no
really?
plans. Yeah.
A lot of just like lost souls.
I mean, like, there's a lot of people who are like, oh, my family was in the military, so that's why I joined. Or they wanted to do something specific, or it was like a good way to pay off college. But there's a lot of people in the military who are, it was just like, they're from a small town, they got nothing going on, and it was just like, joining the military is the only way out of that town.
It's out, yeah.
Yeah.
They'll ship you, they'll send you. Fucking A.
I didn't even hear the plane.
There it is, baby. I know it happens a lot. I live in OB. So many planes.
I live right above the fucking...
All right. What's it like being the most handsome comic in San Diego?
I'm not.
He hates when I say that.
I refute this statement.
That was for me.
It is Austin Treffilet. I even like the way it's named. It just rolls off the tongue.
I put it up between the two. I think it's a fair competition. Let's make a vote. I'm doing a poll. Vote today. All right, let's see. Now, I talked about animals earlier, but I also wanted to reiterate this with a callback to you being in the military. Are we training sharks and or dolphins to be special force operators in any department of any capacity in any kind of way?
Dolphins.
Dolphins for real?
Yeah, that was real. I don't know if it's
I wrote Dolphin Special Forces. Does that exist?
I don't know if it's still going on, but I know that was a thing. They were training dolphins to like find underwater mines.
Yes. Yeah. I love the utilization of the human animal kingdom. Okay, when you were a kid, was it Nick Disney or Cartoon Network?
Cartoon Network.
Nice.
I mean, like, it was Nickelodeon when I was, like, really little, and then when, like, Real Monsters went off, I, like, switched.
Damn, that was a show.
Yeah.
Exclamation point, Real Monsters. That was cool. So you jumped ship right before the Schneider steamboat rolled in.
Oh, yeah, I wasn't, like, I was, like, early, like, when all that, and, like, all that went on there, and then Kenan and Kel was gone. That was like what I grew up on.
Yeah,
I'm the shit.
Kenan. I had this little bit I was kind of working out, the fact that Kenan never got touched by Dan Schneider. So not only was he a pedophile, but he was racist.
Oh yeah, there was I think Kenan actually said something about Kel. He was like, I don't think he liked this.
That's wild. What a weird little era.
No. I saw like YouTube, like people like most fucked up allegations in it.
Mm-hmm. Which like what have you heard?
What was it like? The acting coach was molesting. And then.
But do you know that guy was also Pickle Boy in like a bunch of shows? He was the guy who'd walk around with a big plate of pickles, like.
No. I know about the feet thing too. That's weird. The
feet thing's super crazy.
Yeah,
and a lot of kids had to audition shoeless.
That's super fucking weird.
So weird.
And he would like pay people to take pictures of their feet.
Yeah. I'll show you real quick.
That's not okay.
Pickle Boy. Images. It was this guy. Just like this dude right here. He would just like come out with a plate of pickles on like whatever show, Manja Show, Kenan and Kel, Drake and Josh, or whatever. He's like, pickles. That's it. That was the dude who was like brutally molesting Drake Bell. Insane. Throughout the entire like first part of the show. And he was saying the show is kind of what helped him get through it. The fact it was so much fun to make and Josh was just like a great partner to be around. That it just kind of made up for the fact that he was... And his dad... Dude, you really gotta check this thing out, because Dad basically...
I don't watch it, it's gonna make me sad.
Well, then I'll do it for you. His dad watched, he saw this guy turning his relationship with Drake into this weird thing, and, like, then the studio got involved and, like, got his dad out of the picture, and his mom took over, and he went to the mom specifically and was like, whatever you do, don't let him hang with this guy by himself. That's it. And that's, like, the first thing she let him do. And then, like, the first time it happened, he woke up and he was just getting raped. And it's like, damn, bro. And it's just, like, it stinks. And then I think back to, like, the whole Michael Jackson effect of, like, when you're a kid getting stuff done to you, like, that affects your relationship with people of that age. And then, so he was texting that minor or whatever. Like, he was texting a 15-year-old girl.
Oh, yeah, he got in trouble.
Yeah, he got in trouble for that.
So
he apologized, but also I think about it from the mindset of, like, what if when you were 14 or 15, you were being, like, brutally assaulted by a grown man? Like, maybe you would kind of sit there.
I also don't think that, like, child stars...
I don't want to defend that.
I don't think that child stars should be a thing. And, like, I think, like,
it's weird, man.
If you're going to act when you're little, like, do it a little bit, like, you get one a year. You get one project a year, and then go sit the fuck down.
Or something. Some kids are getting too famous.
Like, yeah, like they're doing too much. Like, we see you too much. We should not see you that much. You should not get that much love when you don't know how to get hated yet.
Yeah. You can't take it.
Yeah. It's like a fucking, like, because at the beginning it's all love, 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 love. But then eventually it's going to come crashing down. And nobody has hated you yet. So it's going to hit like so much fucking hard.
That JoJo Siwa girl right now is just getting absolutely just shat on by the internet. She did that interview where she's like, I invented a new genre of music. It's called gay pop. And it's like, no, you didn't. And like, what? And she's wearing this weird Kiss makeup. Like, do you know who this person is?
Oh, yeah, I saw the Kiss makeup.
She's like rocking Gene Simmons and stuff and was like, I invented a new look. And it's like, no, what the fuck are you talking about? Like,
there's also, like, you shouldn't... Because little kids are making money, nobody wants to tell them no. And, like, somebody has to tell them, he's like, yo, you still a little kid, shut the fuck up.
You're a kid, man. Or one day it will come crashing down, and, like, probably the hardest of manners. I can't imagine
Like,
see, I've only seen the perspective of a regular person's life, but to be on that level of fame and fortune and stardom, and then to have that taken away,
it's
that has to hurt so much worse.
It's super weird when you're a little kid and you're making more money than your parents. Like, you're the sole provider for your family.
Yeah. And
That
then your
shouldn't
parents
be a
start
thing.
banking off that, and you're not seeing the money.
Yeah, that shouldn't be a thing.
You're just working. It's a trip, dude.
That should be illegal, but I don't know. You need kids in movies, I guess.
Or certain kinds of like unions to protect them, like a child union.
That would never be organized because you would grow out
But
of
then
it.
the Nickelodeon, which is like essentially what that would be, is like doing these nefarious acts, like.
But also, I guess you couldn't get rid of child actors because then you would just kill Nickelodeon. They hold too much money.
Mm-hmm. I mean, there's a whole entity that rides off of children's entertainment. It'd be billions of dollars.
Yeah.
And then
yeah, you need kid shows. Who's going to be in the kid shows? You need kids.
Exactly. You want to hear a stat that might blow your mind?
No. I mean, yeah, go ahead.
You know how many kids go missing in the U.S. every year?
17. I'm fucking with you. I have no
Is that a
idea.
final answer?
No. It's like, probably like 1,000 or something. Or more.
You know, just to be fair, because I don't want you to seem like I'm bullshitting this.
That's way more.
Yeah, it's gonna actually like hurt your soul a little bit. I'll
it-
give you one more chance
It
to
won't
change
hurt
your
my
answer.
soul. I don't really have a soul. It's
So,
like
if you would like to do this at home, feel free to join us. How?
150,000.
150,000?
Yeah, let's go.
Okay, so that's a cool answer. Hold on one sec. How many kids go missing in the U.S. every year? And yes, I do have a weird search.
Because I'm also
That's
like
great.
thinking, I was just like, there's got to be a lot of dumb kids who just like fall down holes and then nobody finds them. Which I shouldn't say that they're dumb. I'm like clumsy little guys.
I had to do it twice.
No, they didn't show you?
Ecosia took away the search, but it's right here. Okay, so a
Sorry.
child goes missing every 40 seconds, over 2,100 per day. In excess of 800,000 are reported missing each year. Another 500,000 go missing without ever being reported. So that's 1.3 million kids every year in the U.S.
It was going to hurt my soul.
That's the population. Hold on, wait. What city has a population?
I feel like stuff like that doesn't hurt me just because I was like, how does it directly affect me?
1.1 million. Well, if you had a kid, I guess so. That might be more so.
I don't though, and even if I did
what
have a kid,
cities?
I would be careful as fuck with my kids. There's a lot of people who like are parents who should not be parents because there's no fucking requirement to become one.
California has 3 cities with 1 million or more people: Los Angeles, San Diego, and San Jose. So basically, like the city of San Diego goes missing every year in the U.S.
Yeah, I believe it.
That's so crazy.
There's also way too many people on Earth.
You really think so?
Yeah.
But there's so much space.
Yeah. There's plenty of space. What about the resources? And then like,
I think if resources were evenly divided, if people were more in charge of supplying their own thing.
yeah, if they were, but they're not.
They're not. We all just rely on this giant like entity in the sky to provide us with
So
stuff.
like in a perfect world,
If that crashed, we'd
in a perfect
go
world,
to
there
famine.
wouldn't be too many people. But we're not in a perfect world. We're in a fucked up world where people with a whole bunch of money are making sure that everybody with not a lot of money can't get ahead. So there's a whole bunch. I think like
so you
the
think
majority
2030 is coming hard?
Huh?
You think 2030 is coming in heavy?
No.
Like depopulation, that kind of thing?
No, I think we'll be fine.
Really?
I think
Well, hey, cheers to that. We're gonna be fine. He said it.
honestly what I think is gonna happen is it's gonna be so like the people in power are like finding it harder and harder to hold on to power just because like information is decentralized. They can't control what people learn and hear. So like they can't control the people because they can't control their minds. So
What if
eventually their money isn't gonna have the same power that it used to. They're gonna have to find another way. And I don't think that they figured that out yet because they can't control the internet and like too many people are talking too ridiculous.
What if the TikTok ban goes through, which is just a name for the actual internet censoring bill?
It's not internet censorship. They're just gonna ban TikTok.
But that's not the bill. The bill basically states that any information that's deemed falsified can be removed from all sources. And so it's like a small group of people will be in charge of all the information allowed to be on the internet. And that's where true censorship, 1984 shit comes alive.
They won't though. I mean, like, The whole TikTok thing.
It's named the TikTok thing to distract people from the idea that it's
No,
way
no,
bigger
no.
than
It's
TikTok.
named the TikTok thing, and then like you get people talking like that to try to get you to not. You know how intrusive TikTok is and how fucked up it is for America. It's not good for
It's
us.
Chinese spyware, right?
Yeah, but besides that, like, but the difference between our TikTok and Chinese TikTok is like night and day. Like
Really?
they have like kids doing like martial arts, working out, and then like science projects, and ours is like fucking like
The worst of the worst, yeah.
It's fucking like it's just like feeding us bullshit to make people
They developed like a negative algorithm.
Yeah, it's feeding us bullshit to make us dumb.
Which makes a lot of sense. I heard that China will be the world's biggest superpower by 2050. What do you think about that?
I also don't think that like we shouldn't be like. I mean, like if they want to opt into our social media, go ahead. But I think every country should have their own, and then we could just like peek in and see whatever the fuck y'all doing. But like, I don't know. I feel like there's too much fuckery with other countries fucking around. I only pay attention to like the people in my small circle. When like people trying to like go out and then like, oh, I want to talk to this dude in another country. Like you have no idea what the fuck he is. You're talking to a person over the internet. You're looking at words. You have no idea who that person is.
Right? There's no cadence or kind of delivery with it. It's just an SMS text. It's hard to understand that sometimes. A lot of information probably gets lost in the crosshairs. Which brings us to a very important point.
I'm really high.
There's a classic American song that says, "Take me out to the ball game."
Mm-hmm.
Now, there's a point in the song where he says, "I don't care if I ever get back." What do you think he meant by that?
So much fun at the game. It's just like, I hope this goes on forever. Maybe it like,
Do you think he really would be willing to stay in the ballpark forever?
maybe it went to extra innings and it was just like, I think what was the longest game? Like 30 innings or some shit like that.
30? Really?
Wait, no, like the longest baseball
What?
game.
What's the longest baseball game?
It was long as fuck.
What?
Like I think they put a cap on it because of some.
No
shit.
way.
Yeah. It was like ridiculously long.
Gotta find that out.
I think it lasted over a day.
What? What was the longest baseball game? Whoa. Well, here it says the Pawtucket Red Sox and the Rochester Red Wings, two AAA International League, played the longest game in professional baseball history over 3 days.
Yeah.
In 1981, the game lasted 33 innings with 8 hours and 25 minutes of playing time. So they really only played like 3 hours at a time.
Yeah, but that's most baseball games where they're just sitting around for waiting for the next pitch.
Yeah, that's wild. That must have been a dramatic game. What was the end score?
I don't know.
Ended up being... What was the... I need to know the score. Who won? It was 2-3.
What year was this?
It is 1981.
1981?
2-3.
Oh, come on.
That's even worse than soccer, dude.
Like, I thought this would be like the fucking like 1910s or some shit.
That's a
What the
hit
fuck?
a day.
Get the fuck out of here, 80s.
I did not expect that score. I thought it'd be like
I did not expect
17,
the
18
80s,
or
man.
something.
I'm
And in
expect
the 80s.
I'm so disappointed at the 80s right now.
1,700 people were in attendance.
Did they not leave?
How many stayed?
This is the 80s. You can go home and watch TV. What the fuck are you
What are
doing?
you doing?
Like, I understand, like, the 1910s, you ain't got shit to do. It's like the summer. There's nothing to go. You can watch a 3-day game. What the fuck? You in the 80s. Go to the fucking...
There's one guy who did some math. Like, finally, this is the sport for me. One game is 3 days.
Daryl Strawberry.
Yeah.
You know who Daryl Strawberry is?
Who's Daryl Strawberry? That name sounds familiar.
He played professional baseball. He like got kicked out of the league, I think, for smoking crack.
It's Daryl.
Yeah, I think at like the peak, he was like a really good player too. And I think at like the peak, Alonzo Bowden had a joke about this. It was like at the peak, he was like, he missed a game because he was smoking crack at home. And he was like sitting on the couch. He's like, oh shit, is that the Dodgers playing?
That's not in any of his initial bio.
Yeah, they wouldn't put that in his Wikipedia like the first thing
I want to
you
hear.
see.
That's obviously what I want to know, though. That's the coolest thing. He was a crack playing baseball player. Like, remember that guy who threw a no-hitter on acid?
Oh yeah. But
What
you
was
know
his
that
name?
like Daryl Strawberry is the reason why Theo Vaughn got sober?
Really?
Yeah, Theo told that story. He was like on a bender and he was like going to some radio show, and then Dale Strawberry was like in there like right before him. He's like, "You look like how I used to."
It was like, man, you just hit me right in my soul bucket.
Yeah.
Daryl Strawberry told me I had to go ahead and stop doing crack
that's true.
cocaine.
I don't know. Theon talks a lot.
My favorite kind of weed is cocaine.
Yeah.
Hey, Riley, pull up those, I saw horses with roller skates on in Venice.
What the fuck?
When I was in high school, my principal was a raccoon.
He does.
He's so funny, dude.
He was like, I saw like this one clip. He was like, "It's titty time. It's titty time. Break out them titties."
Titty time. Break out them titty. Riley, hey, pull up Titty Tuesday Taco Textravaganza. I can think of a word that's put a T in front of extravaganza.
It's titty time.
Hey, Riley, I just like the way he says that.
Yeah.
It's so fun. I wish Norm was here to see OJ die, though. Yeah, it was, OJ Simpson.
Do you remember when Coolio died?
OJ, remember Coolio? Yeah, it was. Now he's Colio.
No. Do you remember when Coolio died? He died I think a year ago or something like that.
Really? That
but
was recent. Recipes Coolio. Fuck.
And
OJ.
But right when he died, I think the week that he died, Weird Al's movie came out.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
No way.
Yeah, you know Coolio.
Yeah. The best hair in the business.
He sued him because of Amish Paradise.
That's pretty cool. You know, on the opposite end of that spectrum, Chameleonaire said, I think that when he made White and Nerdy, that kind of really solidified the fact that I had the song of the year.
Yeah.
Because if Weird Al made a cover, it's like, this is big.
Yeah, that was a thing when people wanted
era.
Weird Al to cover their shit.
Uh-huh.
And then I think Coolio got upset because he was like, "Oh, he's making fun of the song." And I was just, I remember when Coolio initially sued him. I was just like,
That's silly.
I was just like, "You being stupid."
It's a funny song.
It's a fucking parody.
Yeah, it's
It's supposed to make fun of it.
It's silly. And what was the other cool Weird Al thing?
I don't like when people are too serious.
Michael Jackson asked him to specifically not cover Black and White because the message of the song was too important, and you could do any other song. And so he did Eat It and Fat.
Well, he probably listened to Michael just so he could get the fucking
No,
the
I'm
beats.
just saying Michael gave him the go ahead,
Yeah.
but he's like, please just don't do this one song.
Yeah, that's cool. I understand that, but
Yeah.
I guess he didn't ask Coolio.
Just do
Coolio was because that song was "Oh, this is my heart," and then Coolio was like, I mean,
personally, when I was a kid, my favorite Weird Al song was "Constipated," and it was a cover of the Avril Lavigne song "Complicated," and it was about ordering a triple cheese pizza, just not being able to go. It's all. Why'd I have to go and get so constipated? It's pretty funny, man. He has so many hits over the years. Remember early YouTube days? Just going and finding all these Weird Al videos.
Mine was "Eat It" or fucking what was the other one? There was one. I think he did one with Fatboy Slim. I think.
Oh really?
I don't know. I think I might just be thinking of a Fatboy Slim.
I love Fatboy Slim.
I don't know.
I want to praise you. Do you? He reminds me of Nardwar. If he didn't make music and interviewed people.
Yeah, I think your dog wants to.
You like Nardwar? Oh, you just a little whiny boy today? We've already done all the things. On to bed. On to bed. I'll play with you later. On the bed. He's interrupting the show. Hey, bud, you want to be in the podcast? What do you think about the situation in Gaza?
Racist. Racist.
He licked the mic.
I can't believe he did that.
Absolutely crazy.
Son of a bitch.
Oh, man. Hey, speaking of, what are some unconventional must-haves for underground bunkers? We're all going to need those soon. So. Unconventional must-haves.
I'm not going to live in an underground bunker.
If you had to live in an underground bunker, new question. What is the one thing that you couldn't live without that, you know?
I can adapt well. I can live without anything.
Just give me something, man.
Like legitimate, like you got.
I'm trying to think. You get it's like your treasure island item or whatever. You're stuck on an island. You get to have one thing to entertain yourself with.
I've been in multiple positions where everything's been taken away from me, and I've been fine.
Man, you are not making this easy.
I know.
You're Ollie down. On the bed, please. On the bed. Be a good boy for the camera. Show I'm a good dad. You're gonna hit the tripod again. Come on, on the bed. On the bed. I don't want to like be loud. It's so mean.
Like, I really think I'll be fine. If, like, everything goes to shit, I'll be fine with, like, just readapting.
You're just cool.
Just, like, I'll find a new normal.
My mom always said I could be locked in a padded room and find 17 ways to entertain myself. Which, although I can understand, I also understand.
Yeah.
It's like, I get it. That makes sense.
It's a coping mechanism. It's just, like...
Yeah, just gotta find something to pass the time. And speaking of, I had one ready. How do you avoid doom scrolling, or do you find yourself the victim?
I'm doom scroll.
How do you avoid it?
I try to only consume positive media, like things that like make me feel good. I don't try to like watch anything that's gonna make me feel sad or make me like feel like any type of way of fucked up. Like I watch things that are interesting that are fucked up, but like they don't make me feel sad. Like, that's fucked up. I was like, we can't let that shit happen again.
Do you specifically tweak the algorithm after you see stuff that you don't like, or?
Yeah.
That's
like,
cool.
I remember, like, on Instagram, like, probably, like, a year ago, I kept getting videos of, like, people getting killed.
I
would,
one of those.
Yeah, I would report them, and then I would just, like, block all of those people, and then I stopped. I don't get them anymore.
Sick.
Yeah.
I've seen so many people die on that app.
Yeah, I don't want to see that shit. That's good for you to see every day.
No, there's no way that's good.
Yeah.
I might be adding to my depression.
It's also like not good for like us, like when we go to the comedy club every night and like we see homeless people like every day. Like I think about that all the time when I'm walking to the comedy club when I was like,
See, humanizing.
yeah, we see like that lowest point, like doing drugs on the street, and it was like we just walk by and it's like, I can't help you, bro. I mean, but like I legit can't, but like it shouldn't be up to the